Hello, Mr. D, and welcome to my final project. It's Pong remade to be cooler because I knew I could do better than the person who originally made Pong, I guess. So basically, what I did was I made Pong, but I made it crazy because I think Pong needed to be crazier. If I could get it to slow the hell down right now, that'd be great. There we go. Okay, so it's not always crazy. It's only crazy when you move crazily. Um, but yeah, basically I made Pong. So if you want to see how I made Pong, I'm gonna show you right now. So basically what I did to start with, I made this thing, which basically outlines the boundaries of the map, the course, the field. I don't know what you want to call it. With these walls, right, left, bottom, top. I made the main camera. Obviously, that just kind of happened. Like, you don't make the main camera; it just shows up in every game, obviously, because you need a camera. I made player 1, player 2, the only difference in them being how you move the up arrow and the down arrow for player 2, and for player 1, W and S. Set their speed, obviously, all this stuff. The player controls is a script that I made that basically has a couple if statements to say, like, if you push W, you'll go up with player 1, and if you push S, you'll go down. And obviously, I made it so that you could set the speed. It's a variable in the script. Midline is just a sprite. Goal and goal 2 were just sprites with collision boxes. Background, that's just a sprite. Ball obviously is the ball. So basically, what happened with the ball? You have to make a collider for it. Obviously, same with players. I forgot to mention. Physics. You have to add physics to it, which is basically rigid body 2D, and you can set what you want the physics to be like. Ball control script just basically means that if it hits a player, the player's velocity and direction, all that jazz will affect the ball. I wrote this to do that. And the GM. Okay, so this is where the main bulk of the programming is. The game setup and the game manager scripts. The game setup just basically it makes these boxes where you can categorize what's there. It assigns the important part of this is the top wall, bottom wall, left wall, and right wall. It needs to know what they are so it can add collisions to them and make it so the balls just don't teleport through them. And for the left and right wall, it makes it so that if the ball hits the right wall, it will add a score to the left person's counter up here, which is under the game manager script. How it adds that stuff. And if it's obviously the left person's wall, will add to the right person's score. Yeah, so this is it. I will show you the actual scripts now. Also, I made the side walls script, which is just on the right and left wall. It's just another thing that I had to put on there for the scoring. Yeah, so the scripts look like. Let's get one up here. All right, player controls. So the player controls, as I said, are just basically a couple if statements with the variables that you set up here, so you can set which key you want. I could change the controls when I wanted to with these boxes. This is all JavaScript stuff, so obviously var is not a thing in regular Java. It doesn't use that. In Java, it uses you need a scanner in regular Java to do this, but in this you use var, which sets up a box, which makes you be able to switch the key with the key code right here and stuff. So the speed it's set to a float, but you can also change it in this box. This right here, as I said, this is the if statement that basically means if you hit a key, it will do this. If you hit the other key, it will do this, and if you don't hit a key, it will do this, which is just basically make you not move up or move down. Game setup is a little bit complicated. It just basically makes like I said, it makes the walls you can't teleport. The ball can't just go through them. It gives them the collisions, and it sets their position. It makes you be able to set the position in the boxes and stuff. The game manager, it basically just it is why you're able to see each person's score. And then the GUI skin you can change with an object that's down here called score skin stuff. That's all configurable. It comes with Unity. I didn't have to program any of that. And it makes it like this if statement right here is if the wall name is right wall when the ball hits it, it will add a score to the first person's score, obviously, because the first person is on the left. So if it's the right wall, you want the left person to get the score, and obviously vice versa for the for player two. Ball control is pretty simple. It just basically makes it so that if it hits the player object, the player's physics will affect its physics. Yes, that's that. And sidewalls is like it's not really. It's just like it's a debugging thing that I had to look up on a tutorial for how to make Pong, because people have tried making Pong before, and this error, this was a thing. So basically, it makes it so that it knows that, because for some reason I didn't declare. It's not really my fault. It just didn't know until I put this extra script in here that when you're affecting the score with the ball hitting the walls, it has to know that it is the ball object hitting the wall. So it basically makes right here, if the thing that's hitting it, which hit info, equals ball, then or the name of it is ball, then it will affect the score and stuff. So it calls score thing right here. Yeah, so these are all the scripts that I wrote for it. It's not that much, but again, I've never really done anything like this before. This is the first game I've made. Obviously, I had a little bit of help with online tutorials, because, you know, I'm not a genius. So yeah, that's what the scripts look like. And then the game just looks like this, and it functions well enough, obviously. I didn't want the game to restart whenever the ball hits the wall. I wanted it to be a little bit more free-form. I wanted it to be continuous. Yeah. So, like, there's not really any major glitches, except for the fact that if you can trap it, if you can trap the ball against the wall with your player, it can sometimes teleport out, which is hilarious. But obviously, then you just restart. It's no big deal with Pong. If that was like in another game, that would be a big deal. But yeah, see, there we go. I trapped it against the wall, so it teleported, and I just have to click restart. But that's fine. That's just collisions. I'd have to make the boxes a lot bigger if I didn't want it to be able to teleport through the wall. But then it could kind of get stuck in the wall, so it's not a permanent fix. But yeah, the main game works just fine if you're not trying to do some tricky shit with the ball. Yeah, just play Pong, man. Thank you for watching my my final project video, Mr. D. I actually had to remake this, like, I had to remake it once. I did the project twice, because what happened the first time was I did the whole project. I tried to change the font of the score skin, which I ended up doing anyway. I tried to change the font, but for some reason, when I tried to do that, it was like, nah, I can't use this font, and then it shut off the whole program, so I had to start all over again. So this is basically Crazy Continuous Pink Oval Paddle Pong version 2.0, because version 1.0 just deleted itself, so that's great. But yeah, it ended up working out, so whatevs. Yeah, it's not as impressive as, like, Alex's, but, you know, I'm not as impressive as Alex, so let's just leave it at that. Yeah, alright, thanks, bye.